Hi everyone. Love jazz. How is everyone? Hi everyone. I found this great station. I am obsessed with jazz. I've been listening to Kenny G. This isn't Kenny G from at least 20. So over 30 years. I love jazz. Oh geez, if I could find a man to play me jazz all freaking day. Hi everyone, this is Paris from Analyzer in Melbourne. How is everyone? Busy day today, 1st of June, Tuesday, 1st of June in Australia. I've got a lot going on, so I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I've just finished my 3-hour meeting with at least another 100 warrior members of Dr. Shiva's group from overseas. Anyone can become a warrior member. It's not a closed group. It's not a hidden group. It's out there for everyone to join. You can join free. You can join as a warrior. You still get access to most of the information, really. So what happens is in Australia, friends, every Tuesday morning, we get together because it's Tuesday morning in Australia, Monday night in America, right? And Dr. Shiva teaches us about political systems, life systems, food systems, all systems, everything about systems. So I'm just going to go through a few things today. I'm going to be going backwards and forwards. This isn't just about Dr. Shiva, right? Some of you are interested, some of you are not. That's okay. You might be interested in other things I have to say. So I've written down a few notes because I've got a lot going on today. Well, Carmel, why didn't you tell me it was your birthday? How would I know it was your birthday on Saturday? Happiest birthday, Carmel. So that makes you a Gemini, right? Right. So that's why you and I have different clashes sometimes. But we love each other at times because we love birds. So at least we have something in common. Happiest birthday, Carmel. And you know, friends, birthdays are not just about the day that we were born on. It's the whole month we need to celebrate. Though some astrologers would tell you that there should be 13 months in the year, not 12 months, which means that it throws our astrology out of whack. That's okay, friends. Just celebrate as much as you can. Honor yourself, respect yourself, love yourself, okay? Because if we don't respect ourselves, we're never going to respect anyone or everyone else around us. I'm not saying being selfish. Have a fabulous birthday. Carmel, send me some. You must have had a birthday cake with some candles on it. You must have, right? You're fighting, Carmel. I'm glad you think that way. There's nothing wrong disagreeing. There's nothing wrong. It's a good thing disagreeing as long as we lay our reasons out. But listen, I need to see happy snapshots of your birthday cake. Any balloons and hats? I still love, celebrating birthdays, but Philip's not interested. I love birthdays. I've got pictures of my birthday since I was born. Anyway, that's another topic. So happy birthday, Carmel. And happy birthday to anyone else who's celebrating their birthday in June. Now, friends, I'm just going to follow up very briefly from yesterday, right? Now, remember I mentioned the holograms? I've posted on my profile page a hologram of Roy Orbison, the singer, his concert, and Elvis Presley with Celine Dion. Please look at it to see how real it looks. And with Roy Orbison, he's wearing all white, so is Elvis, but I'm just saying Roy Orbison. And they actually have a hologram of him coming out from the ground, just like the Jesus and the gods and the Virgin Marys that can have him coming from the ground. You need to see these things so that when the gods come to the fake gods and fake Jesuses and fake messiahs come to rescue us from what's going on, right? This is what they're going to do. They're going to make it look like that. And you're going to think, oh my goodness, the messiahs have come. And yet millions of us will know that they're not real messiahs. So please look at these hologram concerts so that you know what to expect. It's going to happen this year. It's already happened. Because a lot of people that they interview on TV and all that, they're all holograms. Dead or alive. You don't have to be dead to have a hologram of you. You can be alive and have a hologram. Jada, darling, Mummy's talking here. Just give me just half an hour. So, look at the holograms. Now, friends. So I had my class with Dr. Shiva this morning, right? Really briefly, this is not a summary of Dr. Shiva's session, right? I've just got some notes here. He's been promoting, if it's the right word. He's been encouraging is the right word. Encouraging us all to create not create. He's been encouraging us to create or to think about forming bottoms-up movements. And what that means, it doesn't mean that we get up and we flash our asses. No, it doesn't mean that. What it means, friends, successful in life today, even when you're making cooking a meal, cake or whatever, right? You got to start from scratch. That's what it's from scratch. So you get all the raw ingredients, you get your vegan egg, you get your flour, you get your coconut, you get your vegan chocolate, and you get all your raw ingredients, raw, and then you create a beautiful muffins or beautiful chocolate cake or whatever. It's the same, right? It's the same with bottoms-up movement. Means that we, the average everyday worker who does not belong to a cult, who does not belong to a brotherhood group, who does not belong to anyone else, right, who's pulling the strings, is that we need to get out and we need to say, no, enough is enough, like Donna Summer says. Enough is enough, I can't go on. I can't go on no more, no. Remember that song? You know which one I mean, those of you from the 70s and all that. You love disco music. That's the only way to do it, friends. That's the only way to do it. Because if we're looking out for help from union groups that are run from elitists, all this stuff they say it on all the stations. Anyway, I'm not saying anything that I shouldn't be saying. If you're looking for groups, business groups, they're all run, these associations by the Zionists, they're all run by the Zionist elites, the same thing. So we can't reach out, and these unions, these trade unions and all that, they're all run by the Zionists, and their members, a lot of them are also Zionists. So we can't, the average person who is not working, especially now in Victoria, because of the bullshit lockdown, while everyone else is out there earning money, and more money, because if you're not working, it's more money for them, right? Because they're doing a job, they're doing your work. So for all these people who are on the ground level, all of us, we all need to get up. I don't belong to any group. I used to be part of business associations, this association, that is. I'm not any part of any associations anymore because I see what they promote and what they say. I don't trust them. It's all about them just collecting money, right? Money, that's all it is. So that's what Dr. Shiva refers to when he says bottoms up movement. It's the people have to get out in the streets and say no. Next, what Shiva is doing, what I'm doing, and what others like me are doing, this isn't about popularity, friends. This isn't about me making friends. You really think that I'm interested in making friends? I've got my friends. I go out and I talk to the crows, I talk to the ducks and whatever. I'm not interested in other friends. Seriously, I'm not. And if I want to talk to someone, there's people that I liaise with. I have maybe one or two people on this planet that I can actually pick up the phone, and actually they're not even in Australia anyway. Pick up the phone and I can have a chat with them, whatever. Right? A good chat with who I trust. So I'm not interested in, this is not about popularity. This is not about how many followers you have, how many likes. Because, friends, if you've studied anything about qualitative analysis, quantity analysis, all that means is quality is more important than quantity. At this time now, quality is what we need, not quantity. We need quality people. So this is why in the Dr. Shiva Australia group that myself and another two admin that we're adminning, right, are saying, well, I'm saying, and the others, I'm sure agree, I'm looking for 10,000 leaders in Australia. I want leadership quality. And what that means, to be a leader, means to be able to read people, that you don't get easily swayed by people, that you fact check, that you research things that you talk about and things that you believe in. You research. Leaders are people who get off their ass and work and not say, oh, I lost my job, I can't do anything, can you send me money? The way Craig Cole and 99%, all these fake groups did. Oh, can't work, right? So you got to send me money. Thank you for sending me money, thank you, right? I need leaders who actually take initiative, who get off their ass and aren't trying to rip off other people who are trying to do something in life, right? And I'm not trying to rip off people with bullshit products and bullshit services. That's also important because someone may be providing a service or product, and they're not doing it right, and they're ripping us off. I'm looking for 10,000 leaders in Australia. 10,000. And I'm going to get it. I have no problem. I know when they're going to come along. I know who they are. 10,000 people in Australia. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what job you do. I don't care what nationality, what religion, what culture, who you are. I don't care your age. I don't care. I need you to have something between these two ears. Or I should say between here, the pineal gland. I need you to have brains. I need you to want to learn, want to inspire not only yourself, but to inspire others. I want you to be willing to learn about what is going on in the group. There's no undercover groups. I'm not tucking myself in Telegram, MeWe, BitChute, and keeping quiet from Facebook. No, everything's out there, friends. This group, the Dr. Shiva Australian group, no questions. We're not asking you any questions to join. Anyone can join. Good, bad, and ugly. I don't care. I don't care who joins. Right? Everything is transparent. I'm all about transparency. Anything that is not a cult is transparent. Those who go underground, they're cults. They're cowards. They don't have the balls to come out and say, look, I don't like what's going on now. Let's set up a secret little group and start bitching and batching and bashing and name bashing and all this behind the scenes. These are cults. We are transparent. Okay? And this is one of the main reasons, right? The first main reason that I actually trusted Dr. Shiva, because I've looked at all other people. I looked at the cute groups, the Trump groups. I followed them. I followed all sorts of groups, right? I didn't promote them. I only promoted 1 or 2 groups in Australia last year, and I just walked out of them in 3 weeks. The United Collective are all bullshit, and the Zamama are all bullshit. Well, Zamama is a Hebrew Zionist word. I told them that too, and they were trying to disagree with me. But anyway, that's another topic. Transparency, 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 friends. All these pyramid schemes, all these pyramid groups and all that. Where is the money going? What is going on? They're not changing. Nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. You're saying, Paris, well, what are you changing? I tell you what I'm changing. I've spent the past year plus talking to people free, online, on the phone, any way I can to try and help you guys in your personal lives, professional lives, any other life I can. I've been helping people with birds, and I'm still helping. I'm still doing the same. But I've cut back on the people. Why? Because, friends, I'm trying to inspire you and guide you guys, and you're still going back under the cave. I need to deal with people who want to inspire themselves, inspire others to actually move on, because we are in the biggest shithole that humanity has ever been. Noah's Ark ain't going to come and save us, friends. No one's going to come and save us. Now, Ruby, I'm talking to my friends. Just give me half an hour. Next, friends. Dr. Shiva has been involved in the biggest lawsuit in probably history. He went to court and he legally convinced and explained to the judge against another 8 lawyers against him, he was representing himself, that the government intervened and shut down his Twitter page. It's the government that intervenes. And you got to ask yourself why the government intervenes. Because he was running as an independent candidate and he was exposing the Kennedys, exposing everyone else. And by the way, anyone who's pro-Kennedy is one of them. Well, I'm just telling you. You can Google everything, it's all there. Next, don't look for others to always raise you. Not inspire, I didn't say inspire. To always be there to give you their hand. That's Ruby's tail, isn't it hilarious? Ruby, if you want to come to me, darling, just come on this side. I don't want you shitting on my hair. Come on, Ruby. Good girl. Good boy, Ruby. Good boy. Now, we need to look up to others for inspiration, advice, mentorship. I do that all the time, right? See, he's got to go on that side. Don't rely on others in other groups. It's all right. Sit on mummy's lap. That's good, boy. Just sit on mummy's lap. Don't rely on others, the other groups, to get us out of this shithole. We trusted in 1 month, 2 months. In Australia, right? 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been over a year. What have these groups done? Oh, sacked Dan Andrews, sacked this, against Greg Hunt, against this, against that. Greg Hunt was at his home. It was all staged. It was all staged. because they should have invited Greg Hunt to sit there and to talk to them at the protest that was here around the corner from me. It was all staged, so you guys can all think, oh, these groups are against Liberal too. It's all bullshit. Because friends, I've been saying from the start, from the very start, this is not about Liberal and Labor in Australia. In America, it's Socialist Republicans. They're all the same, friends. Scott Morrison, our Prime Minister in Australia, agreed with what the border closures and agreed with Daniel Andrews and all that. It's common sense. I'm not going to repeat myself, friends. I've been there, done that. I haven't got time to be repeating myself. I've got my life to save. I've got my children's lives to save. I've got my family's life to save. I don't have time to be repeating myself. It's been out there a million times. Next. Now, Dr. Shiva was also saying that since the 1970s, because 1970, I was, 2-3 years old then, that the elite created a culture where everything has to be done overnight. Like, we want everything yesterday done. We don't want to work hard for it. We don't want to put in an effort. Take out the visa, take out the cash, you pay for it, get the problem solved. Friends, there's nothing we can do on this planet at the moment that can solve humanity or can heal humanity overnight. Absolute nothing. And like I said yesterday, we'll be lucky if 100 years pass and still there is some kind of rational human love on this planet. We're in a big shithole. I was telling you that last year too. But I don't know who's listening. I don't know who's listening. Certainly not the elitists who are following all these groups, the controlled opposition following all these groups. Next, and I'm not saying that because I want followers. No, I don't want followers. I want leaders. I want leaders. And anyway, I'm referring you all to Dr. Shiva's group, and I can always inspire you and help you guys and guide you. I do that through my counselling work, through my clairvoyance, through my mediumship. I do that, right? You can't say I don't. Now, movements to save humanity have to go back to our core values. My core values are respect, regard. I was thinking, I'm not in the best of terms with my family. That's all right. All families have got shit. I'm not hanging around just for the inheritance. That's not the way I work. I don't use people just for money. But I grew up, my parents never, ever, ever said a word, the word racism, the word prejudice, I never heard anything negative in my family. I never heard my family saying anything about, racist this, racist that, or whatever. Never. So I grew up naively thinking that everyone was the same. It was just my relatives who were fuckwits. Honestly, friends, I didn't know that there was racism out there. I didn't know. I didn't care what nationality I was. I didn't care if you were Jewish, Muslim, Asian, or whatever. I saw you as a human being. And if you didn't treat me right, then I'll just dismiss you. And even then I still tried to be nice to you, thinking if I'm nice to you, you'll be nice back. So I didn't grow up with this negative kind of, this racism thing and whatever. I started to learn more about this a bit in my 20s and more lately what's going on. And I've been saying it, and everyone says it all over the world. Australia is the most racist and most misogynist, hating women country on the whole planet. So, where are our values? I tell you where they are. They're all in the credit cards and money. That's where everyone's values are. Because if the businesses in Victoria who were told by Daddy Labor Party and Federal to shut down, why didn't they speak back? I tell you why the businesses haven't spoken back. Because their franchisors, not the franchisees, the owners, the people who own the actual franchise entities, and most businesses in Victoria and Australia, but I'm talking Victoria, are run by Rotarians / elite / Zionists. They're all the same Freemasons. Look, I'm not against Freemasons. I'm just saying who owns. So when these business groups who are owned by Zionists, the business associations control the businesses as they do, right? They do, right? What hours you can open, what you need to pay your staff, this, blah, 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 in conjunction with the Zionist unions. The businesses can't say anything. Plus, on top of that, most businesses get government grants, not loans, grants. So when Big Daddy gives you money, if your daddy gave you money, let's say, friends out there, your daddy gave you money and you went and bought a house, and the daddy wanted to come in the house, and you said, no, I want my privacy, because he's going to say, F off, I bought you this house, I own this house. I'm entitled to come into this house. So this is what's happening now. They've bought everyone out, giving grants and the rest of it, and you guys are all scared to talk because you've been bought out for what? For money. Because you thought that you didn't have your own brains and the balls to set up your own business. You can set up your own business. You don't need anyone's money to set up your own business. But instead of earning money in 5 years, they used to say, friends, years ago, when I was growing up, because I've been, following business from a teenager, they used to say that it takes a good 10 years in order to make profits. But today people want to make profits in a year. Look at Fair Work Australia, the website on Fair Work Australia, right? Look at the Fair Work Australia website. Look at how many companies in Australia, small, larger franchisees, are exploiting Australians, people who come from overseas to work here, or actual Aussies, Australian citizen Aussies, for slave labour, or not paying them super, not paying them their salaries. Look at what's going on, friends. Do you understand that you don't need to go, we don't need to blame just government. This is not just about governments and the elite. This is about the actual small businesses exploiting their own families, their own people that they import for slave labour. There are people of all nationalities here, Greek, Italians, all nationalities, who are fostering Asians, your overseas students and all that, for money. For money. There are people in Australia who are fostering children. For money. Not because they care about the kids or empathise or love or want to look after them. I wish I had the time to foster 10 children. I still want children. I love to have children. Okay, need time for that. I've got a lot of other children to look after at the moment. None of these groups are saying a word. So don't just blame Dan Andrews or Scott Morris and the rest of it. What about the business associations? What about the little businesses? Why aren't we knocking on the businesses' doors nicely? Or letter dropping and saying, hey, why are you forcing your staff to wear this and do this? Why? Now, talking about this, friends, I got more gossip. I'm a double Scorpio. I'm a Greek Corinthian. I'm going to have a lot of gossip. Queensland, Australia, yesterday, an aircraft company, I don't know if I've got the site here open, right? Here we go, Brisbane Airline imposes mandatory vaxxers on staff. We're getting started, friends. I'm going to put the link up here, right? And then, oops, accidentally pressed that. And then, you then see another website here, right, where it says that the businesses here are business leaders are becoming vocal, right, to the government to force their staff to have mandatory this. It's the business leaders, friends. This is what I'm trying to say. This is not about, our state premiers or about our Prime Minister only. Look at all the little subgroups. You don't have to go far. Our local takeaway place, who are they hiring? What are they doing? Who do they belong to? Who are they? Like I said, Rotary groups are the same as elite designers. They're all the same. Next, talking about the force this, right? All of Australia, very soon, within 1 month, 2 months, especially during June, because when Mercury is in retrograde, I'll get to that soon, right? That can force every single one of us to have this if we want to live any quality of human life at all. Now, friends, in Greece, for the past few months, they have made it mandatory for all businesses and all staff to have this. So I was talking to a girlfriend of mine recently, and she said, well, husband has to work. How are we going to survive? You got it. Got to do it. Got to survive. What are you going to do? What are we going to do? Prostitute ourselves? We're going to have to get to that. I'm not kidding, friends. We will all have to become prostitutes, male and female prostitutes, in order to survive. That's what's going to happen. But we don't have to do that. It's because a lot of you out there and a lot of others who don't listen, not to me, but to anyone, are allowing this to happen. It is so simple, friends. Those of us who have the intelligence and who are articulate and who want to take action and speak up and take action, not controlled opposition action, to say to business, hang on, why are you doing this? Or why are you doing that? I walked in the clinic last week for my legs. You know, I got issues with my legs, right? I'm getting better. I'm okay. Angels are helping me. I walk in the clinic and she hears my sore throat. She goes, oh, you got issues, health issues. I go, I've been shouting and I've got a sore throat. Oh, she goes, you got a sore throat? This was someone that was behind the reception. I said, I have been shouting and I got a sore throat. Remember, friends, I went to the wedding 2 weekends ago, and there was loud music and I was shouting on the lives and all that. When I extend my voice, I get the soreness, right? Plus, when Philip gives me the shits, I do a bit of shouting too. What I'm going to do, sit down in a cave and say, yes, sir, jump, how high? And I spoke back. And I said, and I said to myself, if they don't, and I had the mask underneath. If they don't like me, the way I present, the way I am, that's okay. I'll just walk out. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. And this is what's going to happen. If people start to stand their ground, you're going to say, Paris, some people are desperate for health issues. Look, friends, if you've been healed by any medical practitioner, can you send me their name? Because I haven't. I've had a lot of illnesses the past 20 years, and I've healed myself. And going along with the food and veggie and all that regime with medical medium Anthony William, right? But if you know anyone, tell me. If anyone's helped you, sure, you got to go to hospitals. You got breaks in legs and all that. I get that, and tests and all that. I get that. But if people are going to be rude and abrupt with us, just walk out from these businesses. It's going to be hard. I'll keep telling you. I told you last year it's going to be hard. We're going to get to this stage, and I told you no one is doing anything. All these things, nothing has worked. The protests last year didn't work because they weren't organised right. They were just a smokescreen to get followers and money. And you see, they set up the groups, and then suddenly 2 months ago, the fake Reignite Democracy Australia said, oh, we've decided to set up a political group because they had to get the number of members, you see. It's all bullshit. They're not being honest with you. They're not being honest with any of us. Okay. So, another thing I learned from Dr. Shiva, I do fact check everything while he's talking. I'm like Googling, duck going, whatever you want to use. I don't care. Same stuff, maybe different results. Still get all the information. So what he has suggested, said from proof of his scientific research and his research and fact checking the rest of it. The pharmaceutical companies in the world, their stocks have hit rock bottom, right? A lot of us are having teas. A lot of us are living healthy lives, want to have healthy lives. We're not all pumping drugs into us. But it's not just the quantity of vitamins that are sold through the pharmaceuticals. It's also the operational costs. And this is coming from me, this. Operational costs are expenses of a business. Staff, equipment, your electricity, your utilities and all that, operations costs. Their lifestyles, their wives' lifestyles, their kids' lifestyles, their private schools and the rest of it. Yeah, he did. He invented email. Hi, Hal. There's plenty of information online for that. You can all find it all. Now, so these pharmaceuticals, they get $10 from us and they've got $20 of expenses. Their profits are dropping, right? Their profits are dropping. Look, the share market, it goes up and down. Even though I'm telling you now, from personal experience, the share market is all fake. The numbers do not represent what is really happening in businesses out there. They're manipulating the numbers in order to attract shareholders. That's another topic, right? So the pharmaceutical companies, what they're trying to do now, they're competing of which brand should sell which these. That's all it is. That's why they're doing, you got to do number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Soon they'll want to be doing us, right? So that let's have a look here. They're just selling the vaxxers. That's all it is. Okay. Now, Hal, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you spending your time and energy with me. But I'd love for you, please, to put on all the website links when you're fact-checking if Dr. Shiva invented email. Yes, you can put this link on, but can you also put on the other 100 links that are good and bad. Also, Dr. Shiva, so we can get a holistic big picture about him so that we know exactly who he is, right? Because if you Google me, you Google my name, Hal, you'll see bad things said about me, right? Especially with the bird welfare rights campaigning I do. And you'll find legitimate things about me. So if you jump on Dr. Shiva's website, see his information, go on Shiva TV, look at all the his MIT links from the universities and all the companies and everyone else that he has worked for and he has done all his scientific work for. So can you please put up, feel free, darling, obviously you've got plenty of time to do research, Hal, here. Put on the hundreds of links about Dr. Shiva here because we all want to know who we're dealing with, right? Just like me. You're a new name here. I don't know who you are. I don't know. I've never spoken to you before. We'll make friends. Oh, new Facebook account. Okay, Hal. And you haven't got a picture now. Surely you're not just grey and white. I don't know any culture that's grey and white, except the aliens. You got a new Facebook account, so you've come up because, Hal, unfortunately, see, this is why I've been teaching you all and telling you all celery juice, because it cleanses the poisons that are in your brains between here and here, you see, because what's happened is now you can't think clear. So you've set up a new Facebook account and you're someone else. You're a coward. You don't want to show us your real name, right? And suddenly today, 1st of June 2021, you've come online and you're telling us you know Dr. Shiva is? He's been around for 30 freaking years. 30 freaking years. So how about you give us your real name, who you really are, and then we can have a chat, right? A chat. Next. Okay. The other thing that I love that Dr. Shiva says, because he loves nature like I do, and so do all the warriors who are with him and all the members, he said a lovely thing, and you know that I love my butterflies and my nature and my ducks and my animals and birds. He said, when you resonate with nature and my trees, you can go on my YouTube channel and you can see all the nature that I'm involved in. When you resonate with nature, you have the force of nature with you. Now, I'm paraphrasing perhaps the last sentence because I didn't catch the exact words that he used, but that is true. When we interact with nature, not only nature, the trees, animals, and the rest of it, but the nature of how our body, now this is me, right, explaining it, how I understood it, the nature of how our body works, the nature of how systems work, the nature of how online systems work, right? Like I've been online, for instance, for over 10, 15 years, so I'm not going to tell you something new. But new people like Hal who have just joined Facebook today, he's not in the system. He's not in the system, right? Okay. That's all right, Hal. That's okay. You've just joined Facebook today. I commend you for having the enthusiasm and the interest in Dr. Shiva. You know what I'm going to do, Hal? I'm going to put up here now, because you're obviously interested in this fabulous, incredible man. I'm going to put up here now. Thank you for reminding me, right? Here we go. You're obviously in Australia, right? You're in Australia. There's the Dr. Shiva Australia group that I admin with another two lovely people. Please join us there. And what I'll also do is I'll put on Dr. Shiva's main Facebook page, because unlike other people who go into hiding into Telegram and MeWe, Dr. Shiva is still on Facebook. He hasn't set up a cult and he doesn't intend to. And I'll put up, oh, how you're a fabulous human being, though you look like an alien in grey and white. That's okay. You may be a little ugly and not want to show your face. So I'm going to put up here Dr. Shiva's join link that you can join. There you go. You can join free. You can join as a member. You can join as a warrior. Love to have you on board. Next. Like Dr. Shiva said, truth is related to freedom and health. Next. There's different types of intelligence. It's very interesting what he says, right? Very, very interesting what he says. But there's different types of intelligence. Rational intelligence, you know, something is rational, logical, makes sense. You apply rationality, logic to it. So friends, when you're listening to me, others or whatever, can you please apply rational intelligence? And I've got my brain ears back up, because some of you, not all of you, some of you, you know, the faceless ones, the controlled opposition say I don't have a brain. That's okay. That's okay, I don't mind. It's all got my second brain. Right? My second brain is here. No hologram. So let's see which part of the brain is about intelligence. Oh, there's a lot of sections of intelligence. Goodness gracious me. Right? Goodness gracious me. So, here, up the front, literary, so the right side of your front, right? Literary, observing, knowing faculties. If that ain't working, you can't be rational. Then you've got the intuitive, reasoning, reflective faculties. Now, Hal doesn't have that. So, Hal, you might want to have some celery juice to activate that. And all the Hals out there, all the controlled opposition Hals out there. There we go, friends. There's 2 sections already you need to activate for your brain. And you can ask your angels to help activate that. But the angels aren't going to help you because they got free will also. You got to get off your ass. You got to read. You got to eat well. You got to think well. You got to think logically and right? Okay? Okay. So, Hal, do you mind please having some celery juice? Because I think you need it. And because you're new on Facebook, you need that. Right. So, second brain. I've put images of brain all over Facebook, on my posts, and everywhere for you to see. Rational intelligence and the intuitive mind. When you've done things so many times that you build intuition. Now, that can be a good and a bad thing. You know, sometimes when we're driving and you don't even think, you sort of think, how did I get from A to B? Your intuition was working, right? Oh, great to hear, Hal, great to hear. But it must be black celery juice or maybe off celery juice because of the comments that you've made. They just don't make sense a bit. That's all. All right. Okay, so the intuitive mind, you do things so many times. Brainwashing is different. You're not using intuition. You're doing what other people have told you to believe. There's a big difference. Our intuition comes from our soul. It comes from our soul, which is alive even when we've died. The soul is still around, right? So brainwashing is different. Brainwashing has nothing to do with intuition. Brainwashing is when you listen to other people and you believe them because lazy mind, ignorant, or corrupt. That's all it is. It's that simple. Lazy mind, ignorant, and corrupt. Next. Now, friends, I mentioned Mercury in retrograde yesterday. I'm going to mention it again. I'm going to keep mentioning it as often as I can. I have to. We've got to all remember it, friends. You've got to all remember. Mercury in retrograde all of June, and it's going to go to June 22nd, the post-shadow. And it's interesting, friends. It's really, really interesting because this Mercury retrograde is in an Aquarius and it's full on. Full on, all Mercury retrogrades, but especially this one. Why? Because life is harder. This Mercury retrograde has exposed and revealed that a lot of people out there online, right, or people that we meet, family and that, are not who we thought they were. For instance, we all have family members. Some of them work for the elite. Some of them work for gut business. Some of them get handouts or whatever, right? So they're not going to speak against what is going on. So when you say to them, hang on, you saw what happened last year, 2020, nothing worked. And yet 2021, they still are following the agenda. Sky News uses the same word. So what you say is, these people will never change. And it's sad because when they're family, a lot of us don't want to cut off from family. Or if they're good friends or close friends, we don't want to cut off from close friends and all that, right? We don't want to cut off. So what we do is that we put up with them and put up with them and put up with them. But they strengthen, friends. They strengthen because evil is stronger than good people. Why? Because they're bullies. Evil people are bullies. They try and shut you down. They try to intimidate you. And they do it in a threatening way. They use language. They physically do things. They do things in violent ways. You don't need to do things in violent ways. I'm not saying that if someone comes and says, you're not going to put up your hand to protect yourself. No. That's why I learnt martial arts a lot of my life, right? You're not going to stop doing that. But this is how they work, because they want to intimidate us to shut us up. No, we're not going to shut up. We're not going to shut up, because a lot of you who are shutting up now and not talking because your association doesn't let you work in the medical area, or massage therapy or retail or whatever. When are you going to speak up? When you haven't got $1 to feed yourself? It's a bit late then. It's a bit late, because isn't that where we're going? I mean, it's the second year in a row it's happening. So Mercury in retrograde is going to be revealing and exposing family members, friends, online friends, and the rest of it, who they really are. I love Mercury in retrograde, because the hells, the fake hells of the online platforms can't keep their mouth shut. Because what I'm saying, I've been saying last year, I'm not saying anything different. I'm not saying anything different. But they are quiet, or fake profiles and fake, but they're coming out because their fire is burning so much in their black energy stomach center. They cannot handle goodness. They cannot handle pure, genuine love. They cannot handle high vibration. You know, friends, those movies where you see the devil coming and they put the cross up to scare away that? When you spread truth and real love and real genuine truth and facts to these people online, their whole body blackens. It's not just the physical body, it's the soul, the black souls. And they don't realize one thing, these black souls, who we're surrounded with in our families, friends, and the rest of it. They don't realize that you cannot develop a black soul. You cannot develop illness, serious illness, right? You cannot develop a black soul. You are born with a black soul. It doesn't matter how many black people are around us. I mean, as in black, as in evil people. It's not contagious. It's not contagious, because our soul comes from a different light. Their souls doesn't come from light. It comes from evil. But they can't understand that, because, see, we have got people who have come from pure light. We can see the pure love and pure truth, but we also have the intelligence, and we're articulate enough and educated enough to see darkness. You know, to see all sides darkness. When I say all sides of a situation, like I've got a cup here, if it breaks, all sides of a situation, right? But when you're broken, if this cup is broken, now friends, if this cup is broken, so this cup is full, right, is perfect, no chips on it. If it chips, so I've seen it pure, perfect. If it chips, I'll say, okay, I've seen a perfect cup and I've seen a broken cup. But if you bring me only a broken cup, you can't put it together without the crack still being there. These black souls will never, ever have the ability to be white souls. And who are black souls? People who are involved and entrenched in the New Age industry, selling stuff and promoting things, making people believe that if you buy this, if you use this service or that it's going to solve your health, that it's going to solve your problem. No, that doesn't work that way, friends. We need to take action, get off our asses in order to... You can't manifest a job. You can't manifest health. You can't manifest meeting someone, right? You can try to do it. But if you don't get out there on the dating apps, if you don't get out there looking for a job or asking for a job, if you don't eat well and eat healthy, how is any of your energy going to manifest that? Energy is great, right? The electricity is running in our ceilings, right? But if you don't have a light bulb, if you don't bring an electrician to set it up properly and have a light bulb, how are you going to get light coming through? So what I mean is that we are on earth as humans, because we need to take action as humans. If we were meant to wait for God's, Jesus's, Messiahs and Allahs to save us, we will not be on earth. They ain't here. They ain't here. If they didn't come during all the wars, they didn't come when the Romans, when they were throwing people to the lions. if they didn't come when people are the full-on pedophilia out there, the full-on abuse, if they haven't come yet, for thousands of years that we've been on Earth, at least 2,000, we know as a fact, right? And I no longer because I've regressed there, and I know that's another topic. If they haven't come for the past 2,000 years to save us from the wars and to save people who are grieving and what's going on, what on earth is making you think that they're going to come now? When the priests themselves, the Dalai Lama, the Greek priest, the Catholic priest, and the rest of them are promoting everyone, right, to have this and this. Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Now, what I'm going to do is, because I don't get annoyed with people, right? But what I do is that when I clairvoyantly see people who are trying to distract, people who are trying to raise their vibrations, I step in and I just delete. I just delete and delete and delete. And I can hear you, and I can see you laughing, and I can see the whole lot of you men laughing in the background, and the women. That's okay. It's dark souls. It's dark souls. I have no problem with that. I've dealt with dark souls all my life. Families, friends, work colleagues, and the rest of it, that's okay. But my energy and the people who listen to my lovely jazz music and what I have to say are people who want to raise their high vibrations. Anyone who doesn't want to raise their vibrations, I'm not talking about 50 plus vibrations, because the 5th, 6th, 9th, 10th, 15th, 20th vibration is all gone to shit house. Right. Mercury in retrograde this month, everyone is exposing themselves. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They can't keep their fat mouths shut. Can't keep their fat mouths shut. Expose themselves. I just put up a post about someone or something. I'll just put something up. And they're all bombarding. And they'll say, oh, I support this or support that group or support. They're actually opening their mouth. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how gullible and how stupid people are. They're actually saying, and they think that people are going to follow them and listen to them. They're exposing who they are. It's unbelievable. Mercury retrograde is a good thing. Reassessing, reflecting, revising. Everything and everyone in our life. Everything. You know, friends, it's funny. I've had a lot of people that I've helped the past year. And then I had this lady who didn't want to show me her face. And who she was. But I give people opportunities to see how far they're going to go. Right? She had a problem. She couldn't find a boyfriend. Apparently he's well known all over the world. Right? Then she turns around and she says to me, oh, I found him. He was taken from the aliens. See, it's these kind of things that I hear, and I'm thinking, what drugs are you on? What drugs are you on? So I said, have you celery juice? Next. Now, friends, you know I'm all about teas. I'm having my Chinese tea at the moment. And you know that I love the teachings and readings of medical medium. He's the only one I trust. He knows what he's talking about the body and that. And how do I know that? Because he has written medical things about health issues that I have had the past 20 years plus that no one else has written about. Right? And I've tested and fact-checked everything he's said, even medically. And everything he channels and everything he says has been actually checked by medicos. They're in the books. Right? And everything he says, I've been able to resonate with and works. Everything. Basic teas, friends. You know, just basic teas. You might say, oh, what can a tea do? You'd be surprised. Lemon balm tea. You have no idea what lemon balm tea does. It doesn't clean black souls. I'm telling you now, though. I'm telling you now. Now, those of you who are corrupt out there, who are doing corrupt stuff, you have black souls. Those of you who are selling products and services when you know damn well that they're not legitimate and they're not going to help people, whether it's New Age or the rest of it, you've got black souls. None of this will help you. This stuff is for high vibration souls. Trust me, for high vibration souls. Lemon balm tea, unbelievable. You know I've posted all this stuff. Hibiscus tea. I found the hibiscus, no, it was the elderberry. I've got hibiscus tea, and I found the elderberry syrup that they make here in Melbourne, that a lady makes here. think it's at Linda. I ordered it. I've got it online. If you want any of this information, just private message me, right? If you haven't got a face on your profile page, I'm not going to respond. Chamomile tea. It's unbelievable. Chamomile. The Greeks love chamomile, right? But it's no point having these teas if you're going to be eating Mercury, drinking wine, alcohol, and drugs, and the rest of it, right? Okay, raspberry leaf. If you knew what raspberry leaf was, it's unbelievable. Raspberry leaf is unbelievable, unbelievable, right? Next, spearmint teas. Now, I can't have peppermint teas, according to my Chinese medicine lady, right? And she was spot on. I can't have peppermint and I can't have spearmint. The mint bothers me a lot. So, none of that, but I'm able to have everything else. Nettle tea. It's unbelievable, not just for the skin. Friends, teas are unbelievable, but get the loose ones instead of the packaged ones. Now, the other thing also is, friends, I haven't done a list of what I was going to go through, right? I'll finish off with Saturn. I'm just going to do one more topic. You can get onto the Victoria Police website, Vic Police. I've got the link up. And you can have a look at the Victorian Security Licensing Registry. And you can put in the name of the fake 99% group admin people who started it up, and you can see that it's not there. So then I rang them and I said, where is he? He said he doesn't. He's not even on our expired databases. So, friends, don't take my word for it. Get off your asses, pick up the phone and make phone calls like I do to a lot of people out there to find out who is who and what's going on. And the only reason people are against the Zionist Jewish Rebel News Avi Yemini Wax, that's his surname, W-A-K-S, is because he got more money than what they did. They don't like that they didn't get as much money. And he's pro-Israel and they are not. That's all it is about. They're all going to come crumbling down, the whole lot of them, because everyone's going to get exposed. The problem is, friends, that in the meantime, by the time they all get exposed, is that there's black souls have taken over. That's what's happening because you're all following them now. So lucky last, Saturn is in retrograde. The planet Saturn is retrograde until 10th of October, I think it is. A lot's going to happen. It's already happening. We're in the lockdown in Victoria. A lot of shit's going to happen all over Australia. So what I'm trying to prepare you for is look at everything that is happening. Listen to the radio, watch TV, Sky News, the general MSM, because they are telling us everything that they're doing upon us. Everything they're doing upon us, okay? Absolutely everything they're doing upon us is in the media. It's that simple, friends. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. Just do it. Now, so that's Saturn. And like I said, I have done a lot of clairvoyance and mediumship for a lot of you the past years, right? If any of you want a free mediumship, I'm doing it free for mediums because those of you who've got loved ones who've died and you want to connect with them, I don't need details from you. Just tell me you're interested in the reading. I'll know if you're a fraud. And they're all done only via video. They're all done only with people who have legitimate profile pages because I don't have time to waste with you. I'm only dealing with white light people. Only white light people. So friends, join Dr. Shiva's group. We've got to get at least 10,000 people, at least 10,000 members in Australia, at least, because my goal and our goal on our group is 50,000 people. And we're going to get it easy. Because I know, friends, that there's a lot of you in Australia, whether you're listening or not. I know that a lot of you are genuine loving people who have genuine hearts and genuine white souls, and that you need to become a leader within yourself. I know you're looking for people like me and others. There's many of us. So can you do that? Can you do that? Okay. So the program, you're talking about the radio. You don't like my music. It's beautiful. I've got beautiful jazz music on, and this is Kenny G. That's my programming, Kenny G. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Isn't it unbelievable how a little girl like me, who's got fuck all followers, right, is minding her own business, doing my own thing, how there's people out there who are so threatened of me. And you know why you're threatened of me? Because you know that I know exactly what's going on, and that I have the ability intuitively, rationally, intelligently, and professionally to out the whole lot of you, because that's exactly what I'm doing with the help of others who may not want to come public, but this is what we're doing. You're all going to be outed. You actually are all outed anyway. A lot of us know that the whole lot of you are all frauds. Anyway, friends, listen to some Kenny G, get some high vibrations in your white souls. Love you all. Have a fabulous day. Share this video if you like. You don't have to. I don't care. Share it with other white light people. Love you all. Bye, everyone. Bye. You right there, Ruby? Come on, Ruby. Come, Ruby. Come on. Come on, Ruby. Look. Love you. Ah! Ah! Say hello, Ruby. Hello.